Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Wade from Unparalleled Universe. I just wanted to let you know about the Kickstarter that I've launched for the first ever 1/12 scale Odious figure. Odious is a character that I've created, and I'm trying to make a figure of him via Kickstarter, so be sure to check that out. Odious 1/12 scale action figure on Kickstarter. Thank you very much. Peace.
Hey guys, MCU Collector here with another figure review. Next up is the Hasbro Marvel Legends series, The Marvels. A totally awesome Hulk Amadeus Cho Build-A-Figure wave. Here we have the Iron Man Heroes Return. This is the 7th figure in the wave. He does not come with the Build-A-Figure piece for the totally awesome Hulk. So if you're looking to build just Hulk, you do not need to get this Iron Man figure. If you're looking to get this Iron Man figure, don't worry, you won't have a random Build-A-Figure piece laying around extra afterwards because he doesn't come with one. What does he come with? He has the repulsor blast effects, and then he also has a pair of fists, as you can see here. So typical Iron Man figure. It is a very similar base figure to a lot of the other Iron Man figures, and I have a bunch of them. I brought them all out here. I'm gonna line them all up because we are getting so many Iron Man figures. Some of them are really good, like the modular armor. Awesome. The extremis armor. Awesome. This one, I mean, it's just, there's so many different variations to this armor, and I get it. They're all different. Like, this is model 16. There's a bunch of them. But at what point do we say, okay, we don't need every single armor? Or do we? You guys let me know that thought in the comments below. I don't think it's necessarily wrong to get every single one, but I don't know that we need an Iron Man figure in every single wave, if that makes sense. And maybe that's my thing here. Like, this wave for the Marvels, I mean, Commander Rogers and Iron Man, were they necessary to the wave? Like, Karnak, I guess, would be a little bit weird, although he has the loose Inhumans tie-in with Ms. Marvel, Kamala Khan. And then noh-varr, you know, being Captain Marvel and the Dark Avengers, you know, that's a good tie-in. The Commander Rogers and the Iron Man are there just to help push the wave, where I think a lot of people don't want this wave or calling it a peg warmer wave because they don't like the movie figures or whatever, and that's fine. But, I mean, just so many Iron Man figures, it's crazy. We have the artwork here. This is the 1998 Heroes Return Iron Man there. We'll get this out of the way. It just has Marvel logos instead of Iron Man logos, which is a bit weird. The figure itself looks really good. There's no issues with it. It's just, again, another Iron Man figure when they all are extremely similar. So let's go ahead and take a closer look at this one. Then we'll take a look at a lot of other Iron Man figures. And then we'll take a look at his articulation and all of that. Okay, boom! Iron Man. Here's the close-up look. The helmet looks pretty good. Nice black in there for the eyes and the mouth. You see a little bit of gold in that mouthpiece there. A little bit of gold paint up at the top in those panel lines there. Look here. This torso piece is an all-new piece, by the way, so you can see like the differences here. These shoulder pieces are keyed in, and they wrap with the arm so they don't get in the way, but it's kind of cool how they can have it look like it's supposed to be connected, but then for maneuverability, you know, it's not actually connected. We get this big old chunk piece there on the back. You can see the hip pieces are a little bit different. We have these here, and it's just kind of smooth, and then just smooth all the way around. We get a little bit of marbleization in that gold, and then here on the legs, a little bit of gold on the back. There are pins, as you can see, so those are reused, and again, just nothing real special to this Iron Man figure, if you ask me. It's okay. It kicked off, you know, a new series for Iron Man in 1998 that had a like a 6-year run, I think it was. But yeah, we have so many. So let's go ahead and zoom out and let's take a look at a lot of them. Okay, so here is a bunch of the Iron Man figures, and so maybe I spoke a little too soon because I'm saying like, oh, this figure, we have so many of these other Iron Man figures that are just like it. And kind of, not really. I mean, the 2020 wasn't actually Tony Stark anyway, but suit is similar. We have the Silver Centurion, the stealth suit, and then a couple of other, you know, gold and yellow versions. This one is the most different out of them all, whereas some of them did reuse the torso. Like 3 of them have the same torso. This one technically had a new torso. Those 2 have different torsos. Although this one one may have had glued on pieces, so it could be the same as those other ones. What they all do actually have in common is probably going to be the shoulder balls and then the upper biceps. The forearms are different on this guy. The lower legs are different and the feet are different. The other ones all use the same feet, although Silver Centurion's feet might be a little bit different. But for the most part, all the other ones use the same feet. So the hip pieces, or the upper leg there, the thighs and the biceps and the shoulders are going to be the same. Everything else is going to be different. So there is a lot of new to this Iron Man figure. There is. So that is really good. But they all have a very similar classic look to them, right? And that's a lot of Iron Man figures. But again, we've had other Iron Man figures that were just really, really nice. So here is this one. I forget which one. Which one was this? Was this the Model 70? I forget the model designation for that one. That one's pretty damn awesome, right? The modular Iron Man figure. This one is extremely nice. One of the absolute bests, right? So there's that. If I can get him to stand. And then just recently, we got this one, which might be the best one, but it doesn't have super bright colors, right? This is the Extremis Iron Man. So lots of Iron Man figures, and we get lots of really good Iron Man figures. So I would like to see more variations to the Iron Man figures that we get, like Superior Iron Man. Let's get that. Like, it's not even red or gold, and it has, you know, you can see Tony Stark's face with it. That would be pretty cool. When we start to get so many that have the same classic look, that's when it just gets a little, I don't want to say boring, because I don't know if that's the right word. Stagnant, maybe. I would like to see more when we have completely different suit types like this. Give us a Superior Iron Man. That would be awesome. So more stuff like this, like this, like this, and less like this, in my opinion. That's just my thought on it. You guys let me know down in the comments below. There are a lot of Iron Man fans that would love to get every single Iron Man suit and build up a complete Hall of Armor, and that's great. That's awesome. But let's get some different ones, or I don't know. I guess they sprinkle it in, right? Because if we had, you know, the Model 70, the Extremis, and then this one, I guess it kind of like every other Iron Man figure in a way. I don't know. I'm just kind of putting all my thoughts out there, and the more that I think about it, the more that I see it, the more logical I start thinking. I'm like, oh, it kind of makes sense, but at the same time, it's still more Iron Man figures. I would like to see other things. But you guys let me know down in the comments below, what are your thoughts on that? Because I might be just thinking way too much into it and being real nitpicky and complaining too much. I try not to do that, although at times it definitely happens. So I'm curious to truly know and hear your guys' thoughts on that. Let me know. I don't have a whole lot of Tony Stark head sculpts readily available, but I do have the one that was in the Toy Biz Anniversary figure. So let's pop this one on there. Should pop on just fine, I would think, and it kind of does. It's a little high. No, I mean, I think that works. Probably a little too classic of a Tony Stark head sculpt for this figure since it was 1998. One that I think would be really good, but we never had a painted version of this, and that's going to be the holographic, the AI Tony Stark. So let's pop this one off. Let's see if this one will work on this body. Again, if we had a painted version of this, that would have been awesome. It would have been really cool to get another Tony Stark head sculpt here. You know, you get the different Tony Stark variations. That would be nice. Like this one would be a really good one. Again, if we had a painted version of it instead of just the translucent blue, that would have been cool. It does fit on there. I know a lot of folks actually did like cast this and then repaint it, or just straight up repaint this version. And they've done a great job. So a painted version of this would be really cool. Maybe one day, just maybe. Okay, so Iron Man's articulation. He can look up that much. The head is on a disc hinge. He can look down that much there. The neck piece is separate, but there's not a whole lot of movement in that neck piece. So just a heads up on that. Full rotation in that head. Not really any pivot going on in there. The shoulder can go straight on out. These shoulder pads will move with the shoulder, so it will not hinder articulation. As you can see, you can do full rotation in there with that shoulder pad. You have an upper bicep swivel, double jointed elbow, which gives us a little bit more than 90 degrees. This gauntlet piece hits that bicep and stops it from bending a little bit more than you would want. So just a heads up on that. Wrist swivel, and they do hinge. The fists have the standard horizontal hinge. The repulsor blast hands are the ones that do not have a hinge. So when you pop those on the wrist, they will just stick out like so, and then you can port in the blast effect pieces like so, and bam. Okay, so Iron Man, ab crunch. So he can crunch forward that much. That wasn't a whole lot, was it? That's a little disappointing. So that is straight up there, and that is forward. So it's just not a lot. Going back, fair amount going back. Waist swivel in there. Legs go out that far apart. That is pretty damn good. He can't kick forward that far. The leg doesn't really go back. You got an upper thigh cut in there. Double jointed pinned knee. I can't remember if I said pinless. I hope I didn't say pinless on the elbows. Pin knee, double joint there. There is a swivel at the boot in there. Foot hinges down a little bit, but does hit the back of the ankle a little bit there, so just heads up on that. It doesn't really want to hinge up. The design of the ankle is weird, very weird how it kind of gets small, so that hinders any kind of hinge motion going up. Just heads up on that. And then ankle pivot peg holes at the bottom of the feet, and yes, you can port these blast effects in there for flight. So that is the articulation for Iron Man, just what you would expect. Okay, so here are the comic figures from the wave: Karnak, Iron Man, Heroes Return, Commander Rogers, and Marvel Boy noh-varr. So here, again, the kind of the pillars of the wave to try and incentivize customers to buy it, I guess, would be, hey, look, we have a Captain America figure, we have an Iron Man figure. Don't let this wave be a peg warmer wave. Maybe it will be, maybe it won't be. It probably will be, because it seems MCU figures may not be selling as much as they used to in the past. Even I can admit that, well, as much as it pains me to say. But I blame some of the logistics behind things, like the solid case packs going to Target and stuff like that. Like assortment cases, if those continued to still flow, I think we would see better sales. You wouldn't see so many peg warmers, because if Target gets one case of, let's say, noh-varr Marvel Boy and only sells one, and they have 7 left, that's going to completely look like, hey, that's a peg warmer. Nobody's buying it, whereas one person may have bought it. But if they got one case assortment and Marvel Boy was only packed one per the case, and somebody bought the one Marvel Boy, boom! It was a success-ish, right? But it keeps the whole idea of the peg warmer thing from happening, if that makes sense. So I don't know why Target does the single solid cases. I like that Walmart still does the assortment cases. So if you find the wave, you can buy them all at once, or you can pick them as you may see them in stores. With the solid case packs, yes, it's cool because you can order online and pick up in store. Wow. But when again, it fills up the shelves, it fills up the pegs, and they go clearance super quick because it's always ever changing with more and more waves coming out. And Target loses money. Hasbro isn't losing money because Target already paid them for it. Although Target will see that and then not buy as many from Hasbro in the future, which will then hurt Hasbro's sales. So it's all crazy in how that works out, and that's a complete tangent that it did not mean to get into in this video. But if you guys stuck around and listened to, hey, kudos. Let me know your thoughts on that in the comments below. Okay, and here we have the full wave together before we look at the totally awesome Hulk Build-A-Figure, and I'm going to kind of scoot those all over here, which you can't even see in frame anyway, but that is the wave. You guys let me know your thoughts on the wave down in the comments below. Do you like the MCU figures? Do you like the comic figures? Let me know all your thoughts in the comments below. If you guys like this video, please do me a favor and hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you haven't already done so. Hit that join button to become a channel member and be a part of the MCU collective and show support for the channel. I really do appreciate it. And as always, thank you for watching.